Alrighty guys, how's it going this morning? It's not so bad over here. Beautiful day, a little bit of a breeze, but not much. And it's like right around freaking -1 to 0. Just got done feeding the bulls, them 3 cows in the 1 pen, gave the calves their grains, blah blah blah, all that fun stuff. CP went out with the Bale Pro and fed a bale, and I don't know what the hell's going on. Like, she should have been back by now. I don't know if there's a problem out there or not, but we're gonna go for a drive and investigate the situation. I'll bring you guys back in a little bit once we get out there. And there she goes. So I had her feed a hay bale out there. She shredded out in the long row, and she's gonna shred out this green/yellow feed oat bale. I guess what the problem was, a bunch of our heifers went into the stubble field, and when CP came out here and fed the cows, well, the heifers just, instead of going back to the gate, which is over there, to get onto this side, they went back. They were trying to chase her down along the fence line. They forgot where the gateway was, in other words. So she was screwing around, monkeying with them, trying to get them back through the gate. She got them, but yeah. Anyway, I need to get my butt into the shop, so I'll bring you guys back after. Alrighty guys, so here it is. What would this be? Part 3 of the 845 New Holland 845 TL New Holland loader. There's the bucket and grapple. There's the downward arm. And we are going to be putting some more weld on that son of a bitch in there. I'll be grinding that out. It's going to be a bitch if I don't take that cylinder out, so I may be pulling that cylinder. But anyways, and here we go, up here. So I got that gusset up there, and if you see here, this gusset, this filler, basically this is not a gusset. This up here is a filler plate to bring it level to this level up here, if you can make that out. Anyways, I'll take you up on top of the ladder and give you a downward view of it. But I made this. This is 2.5. This is 3. So I made this so that I can get a heavy weld inside that groove right there. Is the whole idea on both sides. See that? Right there. We've cleaned all the paint out of her. There's a little tiny bit there, but I don't think that'll play a factor. We've got it sitting on top here like this. Made it rounded. So we got to weld that filler plate in, because now with that filler plate, he basically brings it nice and flat all the way across. And same thing on this side. So, and then my actual fish plate is right there. It's 2.5, and that is to get cut out for my rounded ends. So to give you a gist of how it's going to shake down, it'll end up being something like that right there. So imagine this cut out, and then you'll have this ledge that we can, see that? We can weld to, nice and solid, and it'll just flow right through onto there, round around, back the other side. Full weld on everything is what I'm doing here. And then it'll be the side plates. The fish plating on the sides will be the last thing we do. I still got to clean the paint up from this point down the side on, well, this one's pretty much done. But on this side and the other side, we got to clean the paint all off of there. So yeah, there's a fair amount of work to be done here. We've been fucking around with paint, cleaning paint and whatnot, trying to keep it as neat as we can for this line right here, so on and so forth, right? Anyways, we'll continue on. That is 3/8 up there. Everything that I'm using for fish plating on this loader is 3/8. That's 3/8 by 3. This stuff is 3/8 by 2.5. And then that stuff there is 3/8 by 6. So let's get her done. Talk to you guys later. Alrighty guys, so that's done. That's what she's gonna end up looking like right there. Had a quick stop and start here. So on this part of the plate that goes to the arm, it's fucking hot right now, so I ain't touching it. But anyway, here we did a whip motion back and forth. Here we did a spray, just laced her in and just kept going straight. On the bottom side down here with that 3-inch plate down here, that's a triple in there because it's quite the radius on the steel beam here. So there's a lot of heat transferring down. I hope that's not gonna fuck with all these hoses and shit on the inside. So I hope not. I guess we'll learn. We'll find out soon enough, right? But there she is up there. And then again, we did a whip motion in that. Everything was going this way when I welded. Whether it was a full spray in, like here, or whether we did the whip, we all went this way, went around, back up, and around. That's how it's all welded in. Might not be a professional series weld, but it'll fucking hold for this stuff. Alrighty, now we gotta get to this side. Also, with that one, and I'm sure this one will be the same. Well, I got a hump there I gotta grind out. But when I laid my steel in across the top, see here we have a hump. And on the other side, I had that gap in there, a little bit of a gap like this. So I warmed the plate up and gave it a whack with a hammer to give it a slight bend, just to fill that gap in, so there was no gap on the top like that. Anyways, gotta get to work on this one. Talk to you guys later. Alrighty guys, well that one's welded in on this side. Triple passed. That's the filler plate. But on my first pass in here, that little bit left to go, ran out of fucking wire. Wouldn't you guess? Luckily, I have some up at the house. So, I guess we gotta go for a walk and grab the roll of wire. Back in a bit. Alrighty guys, so now this is the fish plating, or the filler plate, I guess. This guy right here is our filler plate. So that's kind of what I'm thinking I'm gonna do right there. It's tacked in. I could put a heavy weld coming in around here, right around here, all inside there, down, across the bottom, all the way around, up, over the top, and then another plate coming from back here, all the way across to here. It should work out a lot better that way than it was before. I don't know. It's all trial and an error at this point, right? So, anyway, it's like friggin' I think 3 o'clock. I don't even know. I'm guessing it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm going for a coffee. We'll talk to you guys later. Alrighty, guys. So back in the shop here. Ended up going to the barn and helping CP with a few. And I guess that piece of steel is cut. Helping CP with a few things. And then she did some spray foaming in the chicken house at the barn. And there was like half a can left. So I came up here and you can just kind of see it. See that little white spots up there? I filled in all those ridges up there. Not where the plastic is, but where the plastic is not. Even where the insulation bats are sticking up above. Wasn't getting no snow coming through there, but I went in behind the bats and filled in there. So, and here we are back on this thing. So that's kind of how I'm gonna do her. If I didn't show it before, I'm showing it now. She's tacked in there now. This line right here is when the self-leveler arm is dropped all the way down, sitting on the main beam. So my plate that goes over top of this, all the way along this side here, can't be higher than that. That's the way I look at it. So yeah, now we just cut another hunk of steel. Oh. So what we got to do here is put this sucker on here like this. And basically all I'm doing is giving her a rough eyeball as to my angle. So like you can see the weld back there. So I make a chalk mark here, another chalk mark kind of to the top edge, and it should come out to about where my thumb is. I can measure it. It'll be about 1.5 inches, 2 inches that it has to come out. And that's where that plate, I have to cut that off. And then I'm gonna torch cut, because we're gonna be basically like that. And see, the steel is wider at this end over here. Back you up a little better. If you can see that, see it's wider than the beam. So I gotta cut the steel at an angle also. Because this beam, this arm, it narrows up quite a bit to that end, right? So like over here from top to bottom, it's only like 4 inches. From this point right here to the top, before I put any of this plating on, was like 6.25 inches. So I gotta trim my plate to fit that. Each one is gonna be its own specific piece. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna let you go and I'm gonna continue on here. We'll talk to you later. Okay, guys, well, I kind of trimmed a little too much on that one, but you know what? It'll still work just fine. Lots of room for heavy welds in here. Oh, the saw wants to jam. There we go. That's the last piece, fish plate or filler plate piece, and it goes right here. So I'm gonna attack that one tomorrow, actually, because CP just called me and said, you know, it's like 6 o'clock, supper's ready. So I guess we're shutting her down for today. It takes quite a while because you gotta cut this in a square, then kind of, I'm just kind of hand shaping it, basically basically it by hand, where I'm guessing almost 3/4 of the time where I gotta be. And this is all done by hand, and you trim it off a little bit and This one I kind of I cut on the wrong side of the line. That's what happened here. I should have been on the other side of the line. But anyways, what's done is done. So yeah, and then you clean it up with the grinder a little bit. It's all done with the torch. That one is kind of a goofy fucking thing, but you know what? I'll make it work. So that's what a welder does, right? You make it work. The nice thing about welding, if you fuck it up, you can always glue the pieces back together and still make them work. Only in this case, I'm not going to glue anything back together. If I fuck it up, I cut a new piece altogether. Kind of like this right here. Fucked it up royally, fucked that up royally. But there's lots of shit here that's, yeah. Anyway, give us the old thumbs up. You know, thumbs up, yee, thumbs up. Comment, subscribe, and fun. Let's get her done. We'll catch you guys tomorrow with part 4. What the hell is the date today? Like the 22nd, I think. November 22. So part 4 will be coming up for 23, 24, November 23rd, 24th. Later, guys.